This is BA Bricks, and today I'm coming at you today with the long anticipated review I've been waiting to do for ages, the NASA Space Shuttle Discovery STS-31 with Hubble Space Telescope. This set retails for approximately €179 in my region and has over 2,000 pieces. And this thing is absolutely beautiful. It really is. Again, with most sets that I've been producing of late, this set does not take a bad picture. It looks amazing in the daytime. It looks amazing at nighttime with a light kit on the outside of it for the landing gear or something. This thing would look beautiful. So to start off, we're going to start reviewing with the Hubble Space Telescope. Be right back. So guys, here it is. This is the Hubble Space Telescope. This comes with the Space Shuttle Discovery Lego set. This is bags number 1 through 3 of the build itself, and this will be the first thing you build when you make the set. Now, of course, you can choose to build the shuttle. It's bag 4 onwards if you want to start first, but I just go by the instructions. You just confuse yourself otherwise. This thing is beautiful. My estimate, I'd say it contains over 500 pieces. It has beautiful silver elements. Which I'm not sure we've seen before. It has nice. These are kind of like a plasticky kind of metallic feel to them for the solar panels that power the satellite. Here's the communications arrays. They can come up and in. They communicate back, send the images that it takes from deep space back to Earth. If you open up the hatch here, you'll see kind of a little mock-up of the inside of the telescope, what would be the enormous lens that looks into deep space. Beautiful details all along the outside of the facade of the space shuttle, of the Hubble telescope. It comes detachable from the stand. As you can see, there's just 2 little pins just in the bottom there, the 2 little cross pins, and that's where this part of the stand just sits in, and it's very sturdy. It will break if it's knocked over, and it will fly off the stand, but on the stand, left alone, it's very sturdy. On the bottom, you have a beautiful printed piece, NASA ESAA on it, and the rear of the telescope where it will be, I'm assuming where there'd be a maintenance hatch. Beautiful details down on the back. We come around the side, you can see it's all silver all the way around. This thing has a few more functions, which I'll get into when I review the shuttle, because it's part of that. It's beautiful on display, and it can actually be loaded into the shuttle bay of the space shuttle, which I will show you when that review is done. As of that's pretty much it for the Hubble. There's not much else to it. The moving communications arrays, the inside of the space telescope, the movable solar panels on the outside. There's not much other things that this thing does apart from that. Now guys, here it is. This is the Space Shuttle Discovery, and if you follow me on my Instagram and Facebook social media channels, you will have no surprise what this thing looks like. There's some beautiful photographs over there. I will link those down in the description, and it will also be in my channel bio. Go check those out. Subscribe to that, like it, share it, do whatever you have. That's where most of my competitions will be registered first, so get the first heads up on that. Anyway, this is the Space Shuttle Discovery. This one is the bulk of the build, contains, I'd say, over 1,500 pieces, so at least 70% of the build is here. You start off building the stand, and then you start off building the base of the shuttle, work your way up in kind of a level kind of scenario, build the docking bay or the engineering bay. And then you build the back engines, you build the fin, and then at the final piece is the cockpit area, the front of the ship, and the cockpit area, it would be one of the last pieces that you do. It's a beautiful build. It comes together really nicely. It's very sturdy. There's no flimsy pieces falling off this. If you brush off it, it's probably going to shift the whole model. There's nothing going to fall off of it and fly under the couch and never to be seen again. It is really, really beautiful. It has a lot of really, really cool features. One of which, let me take it off the stand. This thing is huge, guys. I'd say, if close to estimate, it would weigh about 2 kilos and measures about 15 inches long with a wingspan of about maybe 7 or 8 inches. It's really, really beautiful. Really beautiful. You look at there, and you see the lovely printing on the wings, USA, NASA Space Shuttle Discovery on the other end. There is a few stickers on this one. You have Discovery on either side of the cockpit there. You have NASA on the rear of both sides of the engineering bay. And you have a lovely printed piece on the top here, which is, I believe, escape hatches as far as I'm aware. The cockpit piece is a new piece for this set, and it is printed. There's no stickers there, which is brilliant. You can see on the front of the model, there's a little bit of an inaccuracy here. There's usually 3 thrusters in a row on either side here. There's only 2 on the Lego version, but it's a little bit of a caveat. I'm not too disimpressed by that. More thrusters on the side, on either side for the maneuvering thrusters. Here's your escape hatch on the side of the ship there. I've seen some mocks of someone actually mocked this a bit better, a printed piece, and it looks really well. I'm thinking of doing it on my own. And here's another printed tile, or is it not, it's a printed brick, as the United States on either side. And that's pretty much it. Let's get into the technical functions of this set. So first things first, this thing does have working landing gear, which can support the entire weight of the model, which is quite hefty, so it's quite impressive that these landing struts can support the whole weight of the model. There's a really cool little feature of the model that's involved in the landing gear, and I'll try and show you that now. So if you pull the back tail fin out, like so, you pull that, you can put the landing gear back up on both sides. Then you can see the landing gear is retracted. And if you pull, I'll try and get a good shot of it for you. If you push this tile back in, see it's very hard to do with one hand, there you go. You see the landing gear pops back out. That's a really cool feature, and it's really well hidden inside the model when I show you the engineering bay. How all the mechanics in there, pneumatic spring pieces are hidden in there, so you don't actually see. It's all pretty much in this kind of area all the way down the bay. It's really, really cool. Now we go to the rear of the model. Now just pan around here. The three bits of the engine, the beautiful little view of the model there is from the engines. I really, really like this view of the model. If you turn the top engine, you can see it turns both of the elevators on either side, which is really cool. Nice little feature there. It doesn't overextend too much. That's about as far as they will go in either direction, but it's enough to make it a nice little cool feature. You can try and display it like that or whatever way you want to do it. It's really cool. I keep mine level. Just a bit of OCD kicking in there. And then if you look at the tail fin, if I can bring you up to the tail fin there, you'll see that there's a little bit of separation there at the rear of the tail fin. That is an air brake. So if you've ever seen the real shuttle landing, you'll notice that it would do this on landing to spoil the airflow going over the aircraft, to slow it down, because I believe it comes in at crazy speeds, over 500 miles per hour or something. It lands like 3 times as fast as a regular commercial airliner, as far as I know, which is really fast. And it would deploy the chute as well, obviously, to slow it down. The air brake is a really good addition. It's really nice that they put it in. The only thing I don't like about the air brake is that on the actual shuttle, it's flush. It's hidden inside the tail. You can see there's quite a large gap in between this one's air brake, but it's necessary. It's Lego. It can't really be avoided. You can see on the rear of the engines while we're here, you can see all the thrusters, the maneuvering thrusters again on the back. The RCS thrusters here, you can see them all here, that they would use to maneuver in suborbit and outer orbit maneuvers, which is really nice. And again, this tail tail actually does move back and forth to control the landing gear. It's under a lot of pressure now because the weight of the model is on the gear, so it's very hard to move this when it's on its normal. It's not on its normal stand. The stand is a pretty easy build. There's nothing too much about the stand. It's a lovely display stand. It's able to hold the weight of the entire aircraft very easily. Just basically goes into the docking bay underneath, two little square holes underneath. This pops in, the model just sits flush like that. It's an easy build. It's very tough. It's not flimsy at all. It's very nice, and it's a lovely little black display, like you would get with like an Airfix model or something like that, like any plastic model or model kit you've ever put one of them together. It's something similar to those kind of stands, but more sturdy because it's Technic based and built with Lego, which is really cool. Now guys, this is more or less the last technical element of the set that I'm going to show you, and it's definitely the most tedious to put together. You'll notice that the set is very easy to put together. There's not many advanced techniques that are used to build the set. It's quite simple. But this set, I think it's step number 13 or 14, this will halt you in your tracks, and the reason is I'll show you now. So the engineering bay opens really easily. Just slide it open either side. There you go, 1 and 2. And as you can see, these reflector panels, they are stickers, they are not printed, and this is what will slow you down in your build. It took me 30 minutes to put these stickers on, and it is very frustrating, and I'll tell you why. When you put them on, because the piece that you put them on, as you can see, is curved, it looks like it's level and looks like it's straightened. It looks like it's all nicely ready to go, and then you stick it down and it's slightly off kilter by it's a miniature, point might be a tiny amount, but it's a tiny amount at the top, and by the time it gets down the bottom, it's way off center. And there's, I believe, 8 large stickers and 16 smaller stickers all in all to get these. So all together, there's about 24 stickers to get done on this model, and it is very tedious, very, very tedious. A half an hour it took me to put those stickers on, and it only took me about 15 minutes to actually build the step in total, which is quite a feat considering that there's about 300 pieces in that step. Anyway, so yeah, the stickers are a problem in this set. Not the other stickers, these stickers here are a problem simply because the piece that they're going onto is curved, and it's very hard to judge by eye, even with a brick separator, what is level and what isn't. So in the engineering bay, you can see you've got 4 cameras, which are through to the actual model, the actual space shuttle that would be used for EVAs. And you've got the Canada arm here, which can swing out, can swing in, can swing out, like it would be when it's on mission. You've the communications array here that would be used to communicate down to Earth when in orbit. You at the back of the ship there, you can see you've got the American flag in the rear of the engineering bay. And apart from that, there's not much else in the engineering bay. It's really nicely put together. As you can see down below there, the tile down the bottom is how the landing gear would work. So as you push the tile forward or back, you can see that tile moves. That is how the landing gear will come down and forward. When it's forward, it means the landing gear is locked, and when it's pulled back, it means it's loose, so you can put the landing gear back up and it'll be ready to be deployed again if you push it back in. I'm going to leave my landing gear deployed because it's just easier to display like this. That's pretty much it for the engineering bay. We go back to the forward there now. You pull this piece off, it's only in there with one stud. You can see the inside of the cockpit, the underneath of the cockpit anyway. You've got one chair there. That would be down underneath the cockpit, and inside the cockpit itself, you can see in there you've got 4 seats. No minifigures in this set either, no nano figures at all. You can see in there the cockpit. Really nice detail. Again, a bit disappointing there's no minifigures, but it's not minifigure scale by any means, and it isn't nano scale either, so I can understand why they didn't. And that's pretty much it, guys. I'm going to show you what the whole thing looks like all displayed and assembled together rather than separately, and that'll be in the next clip, so hold on tight. Now guys, with a little bit of deconstructing and reconstructing, you can display both models together. As you can see in the cargo bay here, you can display the Hubble Telescope inside the hangar bay of the space shuttle, and you can do this by, there's a little black display stand that you build separately, and you can just keep it somewhere safe if you want to redisplay it like this. And you can take the solar panels off. I've chosen not to do mine because I think it looks better on display without the attachment pieces. I'll show you here. These little attachment pieces go in place of the shuttles, of the Hubble Space Telescope solar panels. So it'll actually fit in the bay. It does fit in the bay without the stand. And you also have to remove a slight plate from the bottom of the Hubble Space Telescope to get the stand to go in there, and that piece is there, so always keep that safe if you are planning on displaying it like this. So anyway guys, that is it. That's the Space Shuttle Discovery. It is an amazing set. It's 2,400 pieces I believe, and it was really fun to build it. Apart from the stickers in the engineering bay, it was really fun. Really enjoyed it. I really like just looking at it. I'm a massive fan of space. I love anything to do with sci-fi and space, and this thing was just beautiful. I love the STS-31. The space shuttle is iconic. It's had its flaws. It wasn't the best. It didn't have the best safety record, but it was a beautiful piece of engineering, and it's a real testament to what humanity can do when we put our minds to it. This will go right on along display with my lunar lander and my Apollo 11 Saturn V. It's beautiful. I land my ISS. It's beautiful for any space collector, and it's beautiful for any Lego collector. It's a really nice build. There's a lot of techniques in here that Lego have started to use a lot more over the past few years, and it can really show. The lines on it are absolutely beautiful. You can look at the lines going all the way across, the way it curves in to make the shape of a cockpit. It wasn't really seen back in the day. And there's pieces now that exist, like inverted slopes and that kind of stuff, that allow Lego to do these kind of shapes and pieces, and it's really beautiful. All in all, if you haven't got this set already and you're a big fan of Lego or space or both, go out and get it now. It's really, really worth the money. It's a for price per piece, it's amazing. I think it works out at about 6 or 7 cents per piece, which is amazing because there are a lot of big pieces in this set. Like, don't get me wrong, it's not just small pieces. There's a lot of big wedge pieces, a lot of big flat tiles in this set. And it reminds me of the Saturn V. That the value of that set is amazing. It's like 1,900 pieces for 120 euros. Crazy value. This one is up there as well. It has crazy value. I mean, if you look at the new R2D2 set that was released, it's €200 for, I believe, more or less the same piece count. So you can get this one €20 cheaper, and in my opinion, this one would hit a lot more, tick a lot more boxes for people than the R2D2 would. This one just looks better. It'd be bigger. It's amazing. So the value in this set is clear. It's really good. It's really, really good, and I would really recommend getting this if you have €180 or dollars lying around. Get this set. It's beautiful. This set will hold its value very well in the future as well if you're in for investing. This is one of those sets that will hold its value quite well. I can guarantee you that. It's up there with the 501st Battle Pack, the A-Wing, any UCS style sets. The Ecto 1, it's going to hold its value very, very well. So guys, that is pretty much all I can say about this set. Go out and get it now. It is an amazing set. Get it while it's on the shelves. I cannot recommend it enough. As always, I have been BA Bricks. You have been amazing. If you liked what you saw today, please subscribe for more great content. I will have giveaways on the channel soon. We are hitting milestones day on day on day. And as soon as we hit 50 subscribers, I will have a giveaway on this channel. If we don't get to 50 subscribers, there'll be no giveaway. So hit that subscribe button. That should be on screen now. And if you liked any of what you saw today, please check out these 2 other videos and stick around for more great content. As always, I've been BA Bricks, and goodbye.